You don't have to live up to any expectation. You're just here to experience yourself as love and figure out what you are and how this particular version of you is love and what you love to do. You don't need to do anything to be loved. You don't need to do anything to be love because you are love. Hello everyone, welcome to Thank You Universe, here with me, Wembe. We're gonna have another great talk today, one of my favorite subjects. It is love. So we're gonna be talking about what is love and how knowing what love is can help us in our everyday human lives as we struggle with our own existence and remembering what we're here for. So, that's the question. What is love? Well, essentially, love is you. Love is me. Love is everyone. Love is the universe. It's what everything is made of, actually. Maybe you've heard the expression, God is love. Well, that's true. God is love. So let's make sense of this, actually. So it gets a little philosophical. A lot of these topics that we're about to dive into get a little philosophical, but we're gonna work our way through it together, okay? So stick with me. So think about existence and nothingness versus existence and trying to comprehend why would anything exist? If there was just nothing, if there ever was, not saying there was ever just nothing, but if there was, why would something ever exist? Like, what reason could anything ever exist? And that would be love. Love is the reason for existence to spring into itself. And that's what the universe is made of. So, the universe exists because it loves itself. And that's the whole reason to exist, is love. Because what other reason could there be to exist other than love? Like, are we here just because it's a random accident, it just kind of happened, the Big Bang, or whatever science is saying, quarks dancing, and then it turned into the universe somehow? I'm not a physicist. I don't know how that stuff works, but to me, emotionally, energetically, what resonates with me is the only reason that anything would exist is love, because love is the highest vibrational energy, and so that's why it would exist. Love itself is just to be and to experience the love of itself, and that's what the universe is. So the universe is everything, and everything is derived from the universe. And we are all just different aspects of the universe, different aspects of love experiencing itself in different forms. And that might not make a lot of sense to a lot of people who are struggling with life and who have seen the darker aspects of life, but that is all just a separation from love or different experiences of love. We're going to get into that in just a bit. So, everything is love, including you and me. So, the universe is all one. It all comes from one everything. You've maybe heard the idea that we are all connected, we are all one, separation is an illusion, and that is true. So, everything that could possibly exist is in the universe. So, we got the universe right here, and everything that could possibly exist is in here. There's nothing outside of the universe, because if anything could exist, it would exist within existence itself, the one, universe, which is love. So everything exists within the universe, and the universe is just experiencing itself. And that's what we are. So we're just different aspects of the universe, different lenses for viewing the universe. And we all have these human egos and these ideas that we are separate, and we forget our core essence, which is love. But deep down inside, if you do the emotional work, if you do the meditations, if you think about it, you will feel and you will know that you are love. And that's the whole reason we exist. Everything exists to experience love. We're not here to suffer. We're not here to create spaceships and aliens. Well, we are here to and meet aliens. We are here to do all of that stuff, but that's just a different aspect of the universe experiencing itself. So now you might say, okay, so that all sounds very hippy-dippy and nice. Yes, we are all love. Love is great, but I'm struggling with life and I got some shit going on, and you're trying to tell me that I am love. I'm not really getting it just yet. That's okay. Some of these concepts are hard to get our head around. That's why we gotta think about it in a bunch of different ways until it kind of resonates with us. Hopefully it'll resonate with you, but not everyone experiences this love, and some existences, conscious beings, come into existence and never come to the realization of who they are, which is love. So the universe is everything, and thus everything, suffering, hatred, sadness, war, starvation, like all the bad stuff, that all exists within the universe. They're just smaller aspects of the universe, which is love. They're incomplete aspects. And so when there is bad going on in the world, bad things, we say, how is that love? How is someone being mean to me love? How is someone hating someone love? How are the atrocities of humanity love? Those are just incomplete aspects of love. So everyone that exists is a different conscious experience, and ideally we are all coming back to what we truly are, which is love. Not every conscious being becomes fully actualized or becomes enlightened or comes back to this realization. That is the nature of it, because every possible experience that can be had is had, including having the experience of living a life forgetting that you are love and experiencing suffering, hatred, anger, sadness, all of that. So when you see the badness in life, you are seeing an incomplete aspect of love. You are seeing love that has forgotten itself. You are seeing, well, you're seeing through a human mind, seeing things as bad, but it's all just experience, and the universe is here to experience itself. So nothing is good or bad. It's all just experience. And that can take a lot of wrapping your head around, because you can say, no, clearly, trust me, some things are bad. Like, I've had some really bad things happen to me. And it's like, yes, it hurt, it was an experience, it caused you pain, but that experience was just the universe teaching itself to understand itself. Because the universe loves itself, it tries to understand itself. It tries to know itself. To know itself is to love itself even deeper as it goes back into its true form, which is love, which is what we all return to. I know these are a lot of big concepts. Let's keep going. So when you have these experiences that are bad, it's a teaching experience and something that you can learn from in your current form, in your current ego, in your current lens. And it teaches you resiliency, it teaches you these lessons, it teaches you all these different aspects which are just parts of love that, when completed fully, are love. And it's just love itself in the essence of love. So hopefully, if this is resonating with you, we can move on to how this can kind of help you in your everyday life. Well, first of all, knowing that you're love and you're connected to everything can bring you a great sense of peace, a great sense of knowing, of inner knowing that you're an aspect of the universe and you are complete and you you are love. And you are here to have an experience, and that's what you're going to do because you love yourself. You're just here to have the experience that the particular version of you in this universe, which is everything, you exist because everything exists in the universe. And so you're having an experience to know yourself, to see the universe through your perspective and understand the love. And some of those lessons are really hard, but it all leads back to understanding yourself, the universe, which is love. So this can also help when people are bad to us or when people hurt us. You understand, and knowing this can help you to accept it and not try and be attached to a certain outcome. So you don't have to really internalize it and think it's because you're bad or God hates you. God loves you. You are God. So when bad things happen to you, it's an experience. And so other lenses out there bump into you, they hurt you, and it's not because you did anything wrong or because you deserved it. It's because everyone is just doing their best. Every experience is just doing its best to get back to itself, which is love. And so if someone hurts you, in a moment, yes, it hurts, but when you remember this idea that the universe is just love experiencing itself, that particular lens maybe is not super complete, super efficient at getting back to the source of love at that particular moment in time, which is also a human construct, but we won't get into that. So you don't have to hold it against them. You can just say, you know, I'm just doing my best. That particular version of me is having an experience, and it's okay. I don't need to do anything about it. I'm just going to keep doing me. And that doesn't mean that you have no boundaries and you let people hurt you and you're like, oh, it's out of love. No, actually, you still have boundaries and you have the experience in life that you want to have because you love yourself. So because you love yourself, you're here to have the experience that you want to have, and you're not going to suppress it. So when you truly love yourself, you just think to yourself and feel in your body, what do I want to do with this life, with this experience? And it's like everyone says, do what you love, right? You have this life, so you might as well do what you love. And it's an opportunity to experience yourself and experience love in your particular form, and it's really beautiful when you think about it like that. So this also helps you to not try and control people, which can lead to a lot of pain, suffering. Being attached to what other people do is a codependent behavior in a way, and it's really a misunderstanding because everyone is here to have the experience that they have, and you shouldn't try and control people. And when you see other people as just having experiences as part of themselves, just trying to figure out life and love and returning to love, then you won't try and control it. You won't try and force someone to do what you think is right because you're like, you know, they're just having an experience. So maybe someone never learns to love themselves. Maybe someone never learns love. You might think that's bad, but it's just the nature of existence. Because everything exists, those things are going to exist. And it's just a different, smaller, separated aspect of the all, the one, which is love, which is you. And you don't need to feel terrible about it. If you do feel terrible about it, experience that and let yourself experience it, but don't hold on to it. I mean, if you want to, but we're all trying to be the best versions that we can be, right? That's why we're in self-help. That's why we study spirituality. That's why we clicked on this YouTube video, right? Unless it was just because you're like, who's this weirdo with their crazy hair? Which, thank you anyways. So, another really amazing, important aspect of this understanding of love is that when you realize that you're love, you're the universe, just an aspect of the universe experiencing itself because you love yourself and you're trying to understand yourself, You realize that you don't have to fit into any expectations of society. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to achieve anything to be worthy or worthwhile. Your existence, inherently, in and of itself, is worthwhile. And you don't have to do anything to be worthy. And you don't have to prove anything to anyone. You are doing just fine, just existing. And that doesn't mean that you're like, oh, well, I'm love and whatever I do is perfect and great. It means you're here to have an experience, and you can feel within you what you're here to do if you really let yourself know what is it that you love and you want to do with this life. It could be a lot of things. In fact, it probably is a lot of things. So use that opportunity how you wish, whether or not you view it as wasting your life or actualizing. It's all an experience, but know what you truly desire and feel in your essence, in your core, that you love, and you can pursue it freely, knowing that you are loved, you are good enough, because you don't have to do anything, because you're just a part of the universe experiencing itself, and you're here to have that loving experience and come to the understanding that you are loved. And so you don't need to live up to these expectations of society or anyone else, or your mom, or your dad, or your grandparents, or your family, anyone, your lover, your partner, that bird, that tree over there. You don't have to live up to any expectation. You're just here to experience yourself as love and figure out what you are and how this particular version of you is love and what you love to do. You don't need to do anything to be loved. You don't need to do anything to be love, because you are love. In your very essence, that is what you are. So I hope you loved this video. Much love to all my allies out there. Thanks for tuning into this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Please go ahead and give us a like. Go ahead and subscribe if you want to see some more of these videos where I talk about love and other things of this nature. And I'll see you all next time. Bye.